Welcome back to Comic Book ASMR. Today we're going to be doing another previews flip through. So it's been a bit, and a lot of that has to do with whenever the shop gets these in time with the main book. And so everything is all together here. So first we're going to look through the Marvels one, and then the DC Connect, and then the big phone book at the end. So we're going to get started with the Marvel one. So the stuff shown off in these books is going to be on sale in December. And yeah. So I looked through a bit of this already, and a lot of good art, a lot of interesting stuff. You saw the outset there, this one right here, Timeless. So this looks like it's just a one shot, and it's about Kang seeing ahead to the year 2023. So that looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. So he might see things that will come to pass in the next year in Marvel, maybe. And then Dark Web, that's an interesting title for a big Spider-Man event. But, you know, whenever you think of Dark Web, you think of, you know, just kind of the horrifying, shocking side of the internet. So not sure if that's going to have any play on anything, actually. I'm sure it won't, but just thought that was kind of an interesting choice. But yeah, you can see that this is going to take place through every Spider-Man book. So there's a big old checklist there. Then it looks like we have a relaunching of an Iron Man title again. And some great art. And then it looks like Ironheart is again, or this is just a variant cover. I was about to say maybe Ironheart is doing another relaunch too. Looks like Miles is getting another relaunch though. Hopefully he'll go back to this costume here. He's been rocking this pink one lately. And then yeah, here's some of the interiors. I love all the webs and stuff here. A lot of motion going on there. I always love when books can successfully convey the action, you know. Then some stuff going on with Avengers here. It looks like they've got an event called Avengers Assemble, taking place through all the Avengers things. I really like this Monica Rambeau image here. This is by Lucas Wernick. Really like that cover. Fantastic Four has relaunched, I think, different writer now, Ryan North. I think it had been Dan Slott before. And Alex Ross is going to do the covers. I don't know who Ivan Correo is. That's going to be the interior artist. A 5-part Moon Girl miniseries coming out. So it looks like Slott's going to be back on Spider-Man. So this is a separate Spider-Man from the Amazing. So it looks like him and Mark Bagley are going to be working on this particular thing. And this is teasing the end of the Spider-Verse. So, which is kind of a big deal. So lots of random things here. The Lost Hunt, that's a cool looking cover there. So this is part 2, so part 1 will be on sale in November, then is what that sounds like. It looks like Planet Hulk stuff. Nice Peach Momoko Deadpool cover there. So yeah, it looks like Deadpool relaunched too. Wakanda series, Secret Invasion. I don't know why they're relaunching Secret Invasion other than, you know, they have the series coming out soon. So maybe to refamiliarize people a little bit. X-Men stuff, as always. new story arc for Captain America called The Invader. Black Panther. Looks like he's on the outs with the Avengers there. I did just end up getting some Sharpie on my finger. And I had to edit out some noise on the video, so if you see that, you're not going crazy. It just happened. So, facsimile for She-Hulk. I haven't watched the new show yet. I will get around to it. I've watched a lot of things. I haven't watched all of Moon Knight yet either. So really, if it doesn't concern, my kind of the main people who've been phased out, more or less, which granted Hulk is in it, but still. Nice covers there, following both of these books. Star Wars area here. And then here's our trade section. It's a good one for Deadpool and Cable fans. New printing for this omnibus. Looks like it collects pretty much all the Deadpool and Cable stuff, 1 through 50. The Liefeld cover on there. And it looks like these are coming back too. They've repurposed the trades for the, I'm trying to remember what they called them, but it looks like they're redoing the old way too. So yeah, lots of event type stuff for Marvel, which has just kind of been their MO for a while, which is good if you, especially if you only follow, yes, the Epic Collection, that's what I was talking about. But, yeah, it's good if you stay with one company, But if you're really spread out, it's hard to literally get all the crossovers and everything. So that's where I'm at. I try to follow some of the main events, as it were, and not so much kind of like the footnote tie-ins. Yeah, so that's that one. Let's look at the DC one. So here's the DC Connect, which this usually comes later because of all the issues. They're no longer distributed by Diamond, so they don't come at the same time as that. So yeah, you get the cover right away is the Batman Spawn book. So this is going to be a one-shot, 48 pages. It's got a ton of different covers, but there's a ton of different ratios for them too. So even though there's a lot of good talent and stuff like that, unfortunately a lot of it is hoop jumping, and some of your favorite covers might be ridiculously priced due to ratio where a retailer has to order 100 copies for a specific cover, so. But here's some nice stuff here. So we get Capullo's original pencils, inked by McFarlane here, if I'm not mistaken. I know Capullo is doing the interiors. Let's see. Well, it just says art and cover, so I don't know. They might have a different inker and maybe not give him credit. Maybe it's McCaig here is the inker. So written by Todd and then drawn by Capullo. So, and then we have Catwoman's One Bad Day, which, yeah, all these seem to be just kind of really, really dark tales for the villains, which I've been enjoying. I really liked the Two-Face one a lot. And then the Robin Versus is continuing on. He's possessed and fighting Batman. He's got the Dr. Fate helmet on there because they're battling this demon inside of him. Batman 130 there. And then they just announced for 131 and 132 is going to have a Joe Quesada covers on them. They announced that at New York Comic Con. So that's kind of crazy. Detective Comics. Looks like it's still continuing in the vein of the opera. I see it's still being written by Ram V. And then in the synopsis, it mentions the, what's it called? It's like some sort of bat spirit thing. Where is it? The Asmer. And then Gotham Knights. And this is a Capullo cover too, so that's cool. So Gotham Knights is the new Batman game that's coming out. So there's going to be a tie-in comic with it. Oh, and you can get codes for in-game stuff too, so that's pretty neat. Then we have the Riddler Year 1, written by Paul Dano, who played him in the Batman movie. World's Finest, gonna have some Joker in it. Really loving these covers here. Steve Beach, yeah, I missed the first one he did. I have to find it. It was actually the normal cover. And then Action Comics number 1050 is going to have a ton of covers. So, and once again, I'm sure a lot of them are going to be, you know, ratio variants and stuff like that. So this is Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths number 7. And so I think I saw a solicitation after this with some interesting happenings, so I'm not going to say too much about that. But yeah, it's interesting. I like Impulse on this cover of the Flash here. Blue Beetle, Harley Quinn, Wildcats. So I don't know what this one is here. This looks like a brand new story about some obscure characters by Tom King. Sandman Universe. So it looks like they're reprinting like all the Stan Lee Imagines stuff from, I think that was the later part of the 90s or maybe even early 2000s. And then we see a bunch of holiday covers here. 3 Jokers in an absolute version, so that's the big oversized one. The Milestone Compendium. Nice Black Adam cover there. Good likeness rendering. And then, yeah, I don't like how with a lot of this stuff, they'll just throw it in like these postage stamps almost. So, but they're trying not to use up too many pages here. So this is kind of like, here's the rest of everything put on the back burner. But yeah, lots of good stuff. You know, you got Batman Fortress, the other part of Beyond the White Knight, probably the conclusion there. Batgirls, it's an interesting cover there. I think that's by Dan Mora's variant there. Nightwing, really solid book, as you guys know. I love the like the Beetlejuice type cover here on that Punchline book. And we have the Talons and Scooby-Doo. It's so weird. So yeah, now let's move on to the big book. Oh, right away it looks like there's gonna be a Gargoyles show, so that'll be pretty awesome. Not show, but series. Nice little piece of nostalgia there for sure. So a bunch of different covers too. Illustrator George Gambadius, I'm not sure who that is. start just right in the image section here. Oh, they've got all of Midwest in one volume. That's kind of cool if you missed it, which I have. So $30 too, that's not bad. There we go, Spawn Compendium number 4. So that'll get it through 200. That's going to be on sale December 14th. So that's pretty awesome. That is definitely the furthest Todd has collected everything. And then from there I'll just need, I think it's like 201 to 222. Which I'm sure he'll put out another compendium, but still, it's nice to know that I'll be able to catch up with it soon. Then we have Lee Bermejo's original story here coming out called A Vicious Circle. There'll be a, yeah, I was about to say there's a multi-page preview. So some of it looks painted, and then some of it is some of his line work in here. So it's going to be a 3-part series. And then we have the Turtles with the Power Rangers Part 2. Of course, pre-ordered my Eastman cover. There's going to be a ton of different covers. They have like a bundle you can get. All sorts of stuff. So I remember I heard about it like maybe even during summer, and I was wondering when it was coming out. So it's nice that first one's going to come out before the end of the year here. And Berserker is almost over. A few parts left. That's good. Firefly book here. Looks like a one-shot. The finale, huh? Okay. So if you haven't been following that, you'll probably want to wait for the trade for the full thing there. Dark Horse has so many different, like, licenses. A lot better page sounds here because of the paper quality and the previous little magazine books. So let's see if they're going to show us some inside. So here's some of the covers down here for it. I like the standard one here. Little interview as well. So yeah, here's a bit of it. So that doesn't look too bad. Looks pretty on par with animation quality. Dynamite section. Not really too much interests me with Dynamite, unfortunately, but that's not to say for others it won't. And we're in the Titan comics area here. Some Christmas horror there. What a strange genre. But once again, I know there are people who like that. I know this has always been a recommended source for writing comics. It's a little book by Alan Moore. It's not even that long either. It's only 48 pages. I'm always surprised how concise it is, just 48 pages. But I guess he really simplifies it. And we got Titan in here, awesome. So I've been supporting Gary's Project Titan on Indiegogo and Packensland and all that, but it's nice to see it here featured too. So very cool. And you can go follow his channel. I'll leave a link below for Gary. He's a really nice guy and helped get the Bull #1 funded all those years ago. Hopefully we'll get Gary to do issue #2's cover if I ever put aside my own self-doubt and actually get it out there to you all. But I mean, that's been years too. It's been maybe almost three or so years. And then we have our dynamic forces section here. Lots of CGC stuff I see here. Not so much in the way of actually signed. We see a Greg Capullo signature here for 50. That's pretty good. And then there's one on the Joker one as well. Signed by Mark Waid for likely 50. There's an intro price, but I'm not really sure how that shakes out. And then there's a signature on Kal-El Returns by Waid. So that's pretty cool. I might have to get maybe a Waid one. I don't have a signature yet. I've never met him, so. We got a Dan Slott signed Amazing Fantasy Scott Campbell cover for 50. That's cool. Got a Spidey cover, the Peach Momoko variant signed by the Dodsons, so that's good too. Also 50. So a few good things. Tom King's on this Gotham City Year 1 for 50. So yeah, there's a few solid ones here. Punisher, Jason Aaron signed for 50. So yeah, there's a few good ones. Nice. have King's yet, and I don't have Wade's. One of these days, I don't know if they'll ever make their way out to Emerald City or not. I'd love Tom King to sign my Miracle Man #1, just because that's really, well, I mean, I guess I read that and Batman Rebirth at the same time, but that's really my first interactions with Tom. And then, of course, Wade wrote the first ongoing Cap series, which was the Hero's Return arc. That's when I formally started collecting Captain America monthly. He's done like Kingdom Come and, you know, stuff like that. I always said he did Marvels, and I was like, that's Busiek. So this looks like it's kind of just random section of the catalog now. Really no set specific company here. So the Valiant section here. And now we quickly switch to Vault as soon as I said that. Whatnot's got its own book solicited in here too, so that's interesting. I like that, the little Zelda homage. My favorite classic game franchise, as you all know. A Weird Al trade here. And a Pantera one too, that's interesting. Manga section. Devil May Cry. Street Fighter. I really love Street Fighter. Here's the t-shirt section. And there it goes. I think that it's gonna go to the upside down. So give me a second here. Alright, so we get another remaster of the He-Man toys. Nice Final Fantasy VII ones. Really tempted to get those Final Fantasy VII ones. A little pricier, but not too bad. And then we've got these fun, like, Ninja Turtle tin lunch boxes here, which I did see. I saw this one and this one here in the shop, but I just wish they were bigger. Like, after you put the little canteen in there, or the thermos rather, there's like just room for a sandwich probably. So, which granted, I mean, I don't think those were ever that large, but still, when I saw it, I was like, I wish it was bigger. I probably would have got it. But it's a cool display piece. This is nice too, the in-game bust of Cap there. Lots of cool little statues and figures here. Scott Pilgrim in the corner there. Then these guys are putting out these 4-packs so you can create cool little battle scenes like that. I always see this Ezio statue down here wishing I could get it, but it's crazy, like $849. There's no way I could ever spend that, even if I wanted to. But there are people who get to buy them. I'm just not one of those people, unfortunately. And we see some Funko stuff here, which a lot of this gets into, you know, my local shop and stuff. And being near the HQ is just kind of part of it, so it removes urgency. And then when I see it in here, they're like, oh, well, don't actually order it through the catalog. Just let us know when Funko announces a product and we'll try to get it for you. But even so, there's like distributor issues and stuff, so. That's Squid Game stuff in the corner. They have other tins too, it looks like. That's cool. Some of the card collectibles and games here. And yeah, that should do it. Alright, well, let me know down below what you saw that in here that was exciting to you. And make sure to like and subscribe as well. Share this thing out, help us grow. We do want to do a giveaway at 2,500 for those signed books, including the signed Body Count by Eastman and Bisley, and then the Silver Surfer signed by Ron Lim, and then I'm trying to remember the other one, but yeah, I want to give those out, so let's hit that 2005. You know, we're still not to even to 250 yet, but would love to give that stuff away. So as always, you'll have a super slumber. Thanks. Bye.